Welcome to the weekly roundup with Tommy Javoran.
Hugh Johnson Show from Rosewater Football Club.
From the Rosewater Football Club. So you've got a bit of free time on your hands. Thanks for joining us in Division 3.
That's correct.
All the best for next year, mate. Hopefully things can turn around for your club. Div 3. Not as interesting as some divisions, although Div 3 people watching that, no offence, but the ladder's sorted itself out. Our top 5 is set. Just a bit of jockeying for position in the last round to find out who's going to get home finals.
Looks pretty set though. Maybe sneak up. Who knows?
Yep.
Result, really.
Relegation is decided. Jets Cross and Kilburn,
Yeah.
2 former powerhouses of the SAFL, 2 suburban clubs.
Kilburn seem to be on and off, on a year, off a year, don't they? Like,
Yeah, and sometimes really off a year.
Yeah.
It's chocolates to boiled lollies for that mob, which is a shame because we've got some close friends at Kilburn, but never mind. Same with Jeppies, no good. Bad result on the weekend, and they will get relegated. So let's have a look at the weekend's results. We'll start with Flinders Park and Pembroke. Flinders Park just flexing their muscle. Of course, second place. They played third place Pembroke, and they've given them the old "Hello, boys, we're here to stay. We'll see you in the finals." Yeah, they have smoked. 17-10, 112. Pembroke 8-7, 55. I'm going to take the Flinders Park side because I've been practicing how to say Commodore Gianni kicked 4. And was their best player. I'm not saying your name again, brother. Armin, Hall, Hanson, Horsell all kicked 2. Host of singles. Morel and Armin were also the better players.
and Pembroke, Evans kicked 3, Nicholson 3, Shavarsky 2, and Marini, Bowser and Kenny.
You just made words up. Shivshnaka.
Yeah, I was close. It was not sure.
Yeah, no, it's a fair effort. Good win to Flinders Park. Pembroke probably wouldn't want to hear much more about that. Kilburn, they've struggled all year with just the one win. Yeah. They took on top place Athelston. They will finish top, and they have... Well, they've beaten them like a broke dick dog, basically. It was Athelston 23-21, 159. Kilburn 4-8, 32. 127-point win. Not a lot you can say about it, except they had a crack. For Athelston, Randa kicked 5, Dia Tavelli kicked 3, Tarka 3, Chanella 3, Sullivan, Orlando, Westover all kicked 2, Fitzpatrick, Swift and Owen were their better players in what was a convincing victory. Close at quarter time after that. Not so.
Kilburn, Golf kicked with Longy, kicked 2. Best players are Parks, Fox and O'Loughlin. I think that's Bruno. Play with him.
Is that right? And Longy, of course, is the brother of long-time photography. His brother does a great job with all the photography for the Amateur League, and he's given him a few likes. Touch him up, shoot him a message. He's fantastic with his photography, Longy, and can represent pretty well in an interview show, can't he? Yeah. Long stop. Next one: Seaton Ramblers and Golden Grove. The polar opposites of this division. The team that has exceeded expectations, Seaton Ramblers, have knocked off the team that is the perennial underachievers, Golden Grove. Seaton are going to play finals, Golden Grove aren't, so fair enough.
Golden Grove look good, were they?
Golden Grove, for mine, are a club that should not be... They should be in Div 2, Div 1, but they just don't quite go above Div 3 ever. Probably the best set-up club. They've got the best club rooms, the best change rooms for a visiting team in Amateur League, bar none. Absolutely brilliant, perfect, huge, nice showers. It's all new. Their club room is very nice. They've got 2 ovals. They've got electronics. I've said it too many times this year. And their juniors are phenomenal. So I expect them to improve, but they just haven't happened yet. So I shouldn't probably rag on them too much because they're a club that will eventually get it all together. Yeah. For Seaton, our good friend Webb's down there. It'd be cock a hoop. They'll be playing finals, possibly a home final.
Might even get third.
I wouldn't have thought so with 1 round to go. They need to win by about 140 points.
140.
Let's see who they're playing first.
Playing Kilburn.
Are they?
No, I don't know.
She's had me going then. Balansky kicked 6. The only other multiple was McMasters and my wife. Don't know where that came from. Walsh, Polanski and Annette were the better players.
Golden Grove, Hawskins kicked 4, Pendleton 2, Blair 2. Best players are Ingram, Scuds and Morris.
Yep. Moving right along to our next one. Plimpton were no match for Mitcham, and Plimpton sitting in the lower part of the ladder, not in relegation zone. They battled, they're honest, but Mitcham, who started like house on fire, they're going to play finals. Mitcham 14-17, 101, Plimpton 7-6, 48. Take us for a drive, mate.
Mitcham, Gitz...
Geatonbeek
kicked 4, Webster 2, Ballard 2, Akin 2. Best players were Daly, Mason and Schultz.
For Plimpton, Deer and Ferraro and Donkesley will kick 2. Ferraro, Tabner and Barrett were their better players. So, yeah, we'll just move along from that one. And what was a huge game, it was as big a game as the bottom half of the table could see, because the winner of this was probably going to avoid relegation. I'm glad I got this right. I'm glad I tipped Walkies and I said Dusty From will have a big one. So it was Walkies, yeah. Walkies, well, so did Jeps Cross. So Walkerville 14-10-94, Jeps Cross 4-6-30. From with 4, Schofield also with 4, O'Brien the only other multiple with 2. Stobie, Law and Madden with their best players.
And Jeps Cross, Wooding 2. Oh,
Mickey Siston.
Mickey Siston, Rose and Collins are the best players.
Yeah, so I think Jeppies will be glad when this season's over.
Tough year for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Tommy Evans with 1 round to go leads the goal kicking by 15 and will be there on presentation night to collect his association goal kicking from Luke Randa at Athelston on 53. And looking at the ladder with 1 round to go again, Jeppies and Kilburn are going to get relegated regardless of what happens this week, unless Jeppies win by 700 goals. Mitcham and Seaton are going to play each other in that first final. Pembroke and Flinders are going to play each other in the other final. So, but we'll still preview it anyway. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
We better. Yeah. So, I mean, for some clubs, of course, it's your last chance to get a win and have a good night, celebrate on Saturday night. That's what footy is all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting around your mates. Jeppies and Golden Grove.
Golden Grove
Comfortably. It's at Duncan Fraser, so that should bring the result in a little bit, but I reckon Golden Grove by 10 goals. Flinders and Mitcham. Now, these two teams could potentially meet each other in finals in week 2 or 3 of the finals, depending on how it plays out, or week 4. Who knows? Interesting one.
I think Flinders at home.
Yeah. Coming off
Flex a bit of muscle.
yeah, they did a bit of the old flexi. Not sure if that showed up on the camera then, but gee, I got the guns out. Yes, they're unlicensed. Big win over Pembroke, that's good form. I think they'd be too strong for the boys from Mitcham. Athelston and Seaton Ramblers. This is an interesting one because Athelston don't have a lot to play for in round 18. They've got the week off. You wouldn't think they'd rest players with a week off after that, though, would you?
No, they'd be having a crack.
Yeah, at home.
Athelston will be going.
Yeah, Athelston should be too strong for Seaton, and should Athelston beat Seaton, that Flinders Mitcham game becomes a little bit more important because Mitcham can earn themselves a home final and upset win. So plenty to play for in those 2 games. Plimpton and Kilburn at Plimpton Oval. Round 18 can't come quick enough. Kilburn have already had their ball, believe it or not.
Yeah, last night.
Was it
last
night?
Saturday night?
Last Saturday night. And yeah, I'm sure there would have been plenty of shenanigans there. That's one place they are not bottom of the ladder.
Shrek would have been good form.
He would have been in great form, absolutely. Apparently still struggling today.
Yeah, I read that on Facebook.
Yes.
Weak.
Blood coming out of many an orifice on the boy. I think the Bulldogs will have a win here. It won't be all their own way, but they should get a good one.
Yeah, and Bulldogs me as well.
Walkerville and Pembroke at Walkerville Recreation Ground. A good win from Walkerville last year has saved their season. They stay in this division. They reload next year, but I think Pembroke will be smarting from that 10-goal loss and should bounce back with Tommy Evans to kick a bag.
Yeah, Pembroke for me as well. They can still finish second if Mitcham.
So if Mitcham can knock off Flinders Park, Pembroke can not finish second. No. So Flinders Park again, got a lot to play for themselves this week. Look here, you know, it's exciting, it's footy, it's your game, your team, your club, but it is already decided all the things in this round, so we're not going to try and talk it up too much. Thanks for joining us. Next week we'll be back previewing finals football, but it sure does get exciting.